Welcome back. Well, I thought we might have a bit of trouble with this segment this week, seeing that in 120 years of league footy, we've only had 9 round 23s. But that was selling it short, because while it's only been a recent phenomenon, it's had no shortage of interest and incident. That's the way with footy nostalgia, because like Mike Williamson tipping a grand final draw every other year, so are the rounds of our lives. All right, JP, I know you love your footy nostalgia.
Yeah, it's my favourite segment of the week.
You're a student of the game. Let's get into it. Now, this one goes back to 1994. The venue is Waverley. The teams are St Kilda and Collingwood. Collingwood are in the top 8, and no sure thing. They need to win to ensure their spot in the finals. St Kilda having a fairly ordinary year. First year under the coaching of Stan Alves. They're third last on the ladder. Wins have been fairly scarce on the ground, but they can smell one here. It's neck and neck. Let's cut to the last quarter action.
As Shane said, they've kicked 6 goals in 3 quarters of football, and they've got to almost kick 6 to win.
The hand punches. Here comes Woods. Head pass to Williams. Williams kicks a goal. Williams kicks his second goal, and here come the carrying bush again. Winmar grabs it. Head pass to Lockett. Lockett. Lockett has kicked a goal.
Pickett goes long. Where are you, plugger? Oh, Kelly came out in front. He missed it. He read it beautifully, but he missed the mark. It's taken by Bardsley. He's away. This might be it. Yes, it is.
From Woods, Francis launches inside 50. McCartney punched away by Shanahan. It came down to Williams. It's on the half-forward line for Collingwood to McGuan.
Jon Collingwood's attacking 50. It's out here near the boundary. They've got to get a kick into the goal square. But St Kilda, Burke's got it. He runs it outside 50. Gets a push in the back. Nathan Burke's got the free. Saints are in front by 2 points. Siren! Oh, goodness me!
Great finish. And what else did you notice about that game? Was it the commentary?
There's a few blonde tips out there.
There were a few blonde tips. They were still getting a workout in the 90s. But that was actually the 3AW commentary provided by Rex Hunt and Shane Healy. And that was when Rex was at his peak, JP. And that was, I love that last 2 minutes of commentary. Didn't talk about anything going on in the crowd or plug any reality shows. Fortunately, in those days, there were no reality shows. Just good, straight calling of the footy. I loved it.
So do I enjoy that. It was good to see the Pies, I must admit. They were a team that I reckon though, that underperformed in that era.
Yeah,
they
possibly.
Could have had another flag.
Well, they could have won in 92, and perhaps they may have had the late Darren Malone been part of the equation. We'll never know. All right, let's go to number 4 on the list. Now, pretty recent, 2 years ago, 2014, the venue's Etihad Stadium. GWS still in their infancy, and it's been another difficult year, only 5 wins. They're playing the Western Bulldogs, who have also had a difficult year under Brendan McCartney. But it looks like the Doggies are going to scrape up, I think, their 7th win for the year. Well, GWS have other ideas. Let's have a look at a particularly eventful final 30-odd seconds.
Liberatore and bangs it long. Stringer! Can you believe it? Green back to the wing. That would have won it for the Dogs, surely. And now GWS might steal it against all odds. Devon Smith loves a big moment. That's the biggest he's ever had. What a win. What a win by the Giants. And what a farewell for Josh Hunt.
And apologies to Jake Stringer if you're watching. Jake wasn't one of Jakey's great moments, but Devon Smith didn't mess around with that one. And I remember watching that and thinking, geez, the Doggies have had an ordinary year. It just got a little bit worse again. And of course, massive fallout after that.
I was going to say it was an eventful end to that game, and certainly an eventful few weeks after that, with the coach being sacked and the captain at the time, Ryan Griffin, leaving for GWS. So terrible year for the Dogs, a lot of unhappiness, but they've rebounded, haven't they? Well, in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I guess the other side of the coin, you could almost argue that was a bit of a launching pad for the Giants. Of course, they won 11 games last year, and this year top 4. So I think the Giants will look back on that as a fairly significant moment. Okay, let's go to number 3 on the list. And again, the venue is Etihad Stadium. The year is 2011. Essendon are in the top 8, but no sure thing to stay there. They've got to keep winning. Port Adelaide, they've had a wretched season. They're on the bottom of the ladder. They've only had 2 wins. Well, what do you know? Port, flaky even back in 2011. They come out and play some fantastic football for 3.5 quarters. 34 points up with only 13 minutes left of play. Did they cruise to a comfortable win, John?
Unsure.
I don't think they did. Let's see.
Oh, 6 from those marks. A big, big gap. Monfries to Collier. 45 out. Collier to the open goal square. 2 and 30 seconds. The Bombers are back. He's looking to go forward with multiple players. The kick goes into Welsh. Welsh with a juggling mark has marked it. He gets up, plays on. Jenner's in the goal square by himself. He'll kick the easiest of goals. Back to 10 points. Some clean ball. Here's Collier again in the middle of the ground. He taps it out in front of Eben. Keeps his feet. Gives it on to Kyle Hardingham. 60 metres out. Hurley at the back has taken a mark. Trailed by 34 12 minutes ago. They now lead the Bombers by 4. Love it, Murray. Another clearance. Hill. Wobbly ball. Monfries for a 10-point Bomber lead. There he is. Got the bend. The Bombers irresistible.
Pretty fair comeback. Some names from the past there. Angus Monfries. Actually, Travis Collier, who you saw in a couple of those clips, that was probably one of the first games he showed some signs. And speaking of those suspended players, he'll be one very welcome back to the fold.
You think so? What's he going to provide?
Pace.
Yeah.
A few goals. He was having a great season last year until he got injured, and of course, who knows what he might have done this year. But anyway, there's another decent day for the Bomber fans. All right, let's go to number 2. This one's for you, JP. I dug it out especially for you. The year is 2013. Essendon have been thrown out of the final series, and so the final spot in the 8 and the finals, which begin the following week, is down to a race in 4. The contenders are Carlton, North Melbourne, Adelaide and Brisbane. Carlton can make a finals appearance their own if they can beat Port Adelaide in Adelaide, and that is no easy task. They're 5 goals down at 3/4 time. It looks like they've blown their opportunity, but let's have a look at what transpired.
Gibbs runs for him. He ignores Gibbs, goes wider. Yaron, this is his moment. Takes them on and drives it home. Centering kick.
Great.
Good pick on the run, Menzel. To White, to Arnfield.
Too quick.
Eddie Betts.
Well, it's not really 3 or 4, is it? Because it started halfway through the third quarter. They just couldn't kick the goal.
It wasn't happening on the scoreboard. You're right.
Corns, good bump, Digan. Took him down fair. Bell bangs it to full forward. It's long. It's there for the first time today. Carlton in front. Bangs it inside 50. White. This would almost get them into September. Almost.
They've done enough.
Just the free kick. The only thing that can stop them. In your dreams, Carlton fans.
Well, what a fantastic win from the Blues, JP. Did that fill your heart with joy?
It was a good year, wasn't it, 2013?
Well, of course, the best was yet to come, wasn't it?
They shouldn't have made the finals, though. Obviously,
what
the
happened
Bombers
when they
dropped
did?
out. It was one of the great days, wasn't it, the win over Richmond?
Yeah, well, they were 5 goals down in that game too.
Yeah.
So
I had a real feel of a grand final day, actually.
funnily enough, I wonder if in hindsight they perhaps thought they were a bit ahead of where they actually were after that finals win and that comeback, just getting there, and who knows, they're back at the drawing board now.
Yeah, it was a few years earlier. The Blues, I think, thought they were a bit further ahead than where they were.
It's been a couple of false starts.
Yeah.
All right, number 1, and I know we've been getting into your Tiger fans, but this one is for you. It's ANZ Stadium 2014. Richmond has got off to one of the worst starts to a season of all time. They are 3-10 after 13 games. Cannot possibly make the finals, can they? But they begin winning. 1 win, 2 win, 3 wins, 4 wins. And so they mount up and up and up. The victories keep coming. They win 8 in a row. They get to the final game of the season, playing the Swans, who are top team in the ladder, needing a win to make the finals. Can they do it? Let's find out.
Level. Sydney has really got an ascendancy at the moment, but they're not getting reward for effort.
Can they find a way out, Richmond? Maybe they can. Thumping kick, Edwards. It might come down to Dustin.
Oh, he's gone to ground.
Dusty! He's gone inside 50. He has a look behind. He steadies. He makes sure of it. Did you see that? Malcheski clever. Shaw, Rampy. They're coming again and again. But again and again, this man takes the mark. He just keeps on giving, Alex Rance. He's on one leg, but he's still holding them at bay. 17 agonising seconds left for the Tiger fans. They've endured so much heartbreak, but maybe it's there for them here. Marriage. Oh no.
One chance.
It could still come. Jones working back Rohan. Can they get their act together, the Tigers? They can. They can, you know. Flosstone kicks it. Revolt takes the mark. It had to be Jack who had the ball at the end. The Richmond resurrection is complete. 9 in a row.
Fantastic effort by him, wasn't it?
Good days for the Tigers.
Well, that was, unfortunately, what happened the following week. Do you remember that one?
Smashed.
Final against Port Adelaide. Trent Cotchin wins a toss, kicks into the wind.
Yep.
Not a good decision.
I must have taken advice from Ricky Ponting, I think, that day.
Not a good decision, Trent. But look, it was a great effort to get there. And look, I think we all hope the Tigers can get back to something near those heights. They're a great club and a passionate club. And I think the finals miss them, as they miss our two clubs, John.
Well, this year's finals are without the four big clubs, traditional four big clubs, aren't they?
Well,
so the AFL wouldn't be overly happy with that in terms of crowds and level of interest.
They're not. It's only the third time the Big Four have missed the finals since 1963, so it doesn't happen often.